Two visions of the future promised to replace your phone. One was a headset, sealed over your eyes, a whole computer an inch from your face. The other looked like a normal pair of Ray-Bans. Last year, one of them collapsed so completely that its maker cut the advertising by more than 95%. The other sold 7 million pairs in 12 months. Everyone assumed a tech company would win this. They had the chips, the AI, the money. The company that won makes eyeglasses. And to stay in the race, the tech giant had to spend 3 billion euros buying a piece of it. Start with the headset, because the numbers are brutal. Apple's launched in early 2024 at $3,499. In its first year, it shipped around 390,000 units. Respectable for a first-generation product at that price. The following year, it shipped 45,000. Not a slowdown, a stop. Apple's manufacturing partner halted production. Digital advertising for the device was cut by more than 95%. And this was not an Apple problem. Meta, cheaper hardware, better game library, the overwhelming majority of the market, moved 1.7 million headsets through the first 3 quarters of 2025, down 16%. That October, for the first time in years, Meta didn't launch a new headset at all. Add up the whole category, and mixed reality headset shipments fell close to 43% in a single year. The future everyone had been promised for a decade shrank by nearly half in 1 year. Now the other vision. Meta and EssilorLuxottica had been working together since 2019. This was never a disruption story. It was a collaboration from the first meeting. The first product, in 2021, went nowhere. The 2023 version added Meta's AI assistant, and something clicked. 2 million pairs across 2023 and 2024 combined. Then last year, alone, more than 7 million. Across the whole market, smart glasses outsold headsets roughly 3-to-1. Here's the number that should have settled the argument. In 2025, the Ray-Ban Meta glasses brought in an estimated $2.15 billion in hardware revenue, more than Meta's own headsets. For the first time ever, not a promising side project finally catching up to the main event. Meta's single best-selling piece of hardware is a product Meta does not manufacture, built in another company's factories, sold through another company's stores, with another company's name on the front of it. A disruptor, at this point, presses the advantage, builds its own factory, cuts the partner out. Meta did the opposite. In 2025, it bought in 3 billion euros for a stake in EssilorLuxottica, reported at around 3%, confirmed by a board director as at least that, possibly climbing toward 5. Read the direction of that transaction carefully. Meta bought into the eyewear company, not the reverse. The company with the chips, the AI, the neural wristband, the hundreds of billions in market value. It paid 3 billion euros for a slice of the business that makes the frames. And it didn't ask for a seat on the board. It wasn't buying control, it was buying certainty. That the factories keep running. That the counters at LensCrafters and Sunglass Hut keep stocking. That the capacity doesn't quietly go to somebody else, because somebody else is coming. This was never Meta against EssilorLuxottica. Line the field up properly, and it isn't tech companies against eyewear companies at all. It's pairs. Meta and EssilorLuxottica, Ray-Ban, Oakley, a model with a display inside the lens at $799, and talk of pushing production toward 20 million units a year. Google and Warby Parker, $150 million committed, unveiled in May, shipping this fall. And Google didn't stop at one partner. It added Gentle Monster, then Gucci, and Kering Eyewear. Kering Eyewear, the same group that bought the Danish screwless titanium hinge. The conglomerates that spent the last decade quietly acquiring the best frame engineering on Earth are now the most sought-after partners in consumer technology. Then there's Apple. Apple is going alone. It paused work on a cheaper headset to move engineers onto glasses instead. An announcement is expected late this year. Shipping, possibly not until 2027. Every company that paired with an eyewear maker is shipping. The one that didn't is still 2 years out. Silicon Valley did not disrupt the eyewear industry. It lined up to partner with it. This is the same lesson the machine already taught. Owning the capability beats owning the idea. EssilorLuxottica spent decades buying the factories, the lens science, the retail counters, the entire unglamorous physical apparatus of getting frames onto human faces. For years, that looked like the boring, low-margin, low-technology part of the business. Then, the screen moved onto your face, and it turned out the hard part was never the software. The hard part is manufacturing a thing at enormous scale that a person will voluntarily wear on their face all day, that fits 1,000 different skull shapes, that holds a prescription, that survives being sat on, that doesn't look ridiculous in a photograph, and that can be fitted and sold across thousands of optical stores by staff already trained to fit glasses. Nobody in Silicon Valley has that. It cannot be built in 3 years. It can only be bought into. None of this makes Meta the loser. Its glasses are the runaway success of the entire category. Demand for the display model ran so far ahead of supply that the international launch had to be delayed. Both companies are winning here. Only one of them was irreplaceable. The headset was supposed to be the future. It was going to make the phone obsolete, then the screen, then maybe the room itself. It's the glasses. It was always going to be the glasses. And the people who knew how to make glasses had been doing it since the 1800s. Silicon Valley came to disrupt the eyewear industry. It left holding a stake in it.